The people I have seen, they are willing to go to Ukraine. Like, man, drop me in Russia. After the war, I move to another. As of now, when people say, "Oh, looking for greener pasture," do you think that's
It's
part
about
of the
money.
reason people migrate, or
It's money.
80% of the reason people migrate?
It's money.
Hello to you out there. Where are you listening to us from? Where are you watching us from? Yes, you're on the channel Expand with LysiasandSusan. Right now, you'll be listening to Let It Be podcast. I'm Susan Uzono.
And I'm LysiasandSusan. How you doing today? Welcome on this channel.
Welcome on this channel. Today, we will be bringing your way another interesting issue that we would love you to react to when the time comes. Always look out for that question where we put out to you and say, what is your opinion? We believe that the bulk of the work is done in the comment section, where we get to hear from you, we get to experience your own side of the story. Yes, so
Please subscribe, comment, and share. Also hit that notification button if you haven't done that already. And also please give us some thumbs up just to encourage us.
exactly, you are welcome. Today we'll be talking about something very interesting. Talking about Japa.
Hot topic. Hot topic as it is right now.
Exactly, Japa as it were. You know, Lysias, I realized that Japa is actually a Yoruba word.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I never really attached it to a particular language, but amazingly, it is a Yoruba word and translates to run away, escape. You know,
yes.
literally. That is what it means. And just as we said, for those that don't understand or they wonder what we're talking about, it is a slang. You know, in a Yoruba people, yes, in Nigeria, it is a slang gotten from them where they literally break away, like they literally get out of a thing. And over the years, it has been taken as, you know, a word that depicts people migrating, as it were, from one country to another. And it is also said that it was popularized in 2020 after a musician, Naira Marley, a Nigerian singer, released his song titled it this particular word, and that is how it came about. You know, people migrate for different reasons.
Very true.
I believe it's just the nature of man that people should just open their hearts to, where the world is big enough, where people just feel that there's something on the other side that is better. So I want to ask you, do you believe in greener pastures?
Everyone believes in greener pastures. I believe in greener pastures. What does greener pastures mean? It simply means you finding better opportunities somewhere else, which may not necessarily be either your state of birth, your local government of birth, or even your country of birth. That is how man is. We try to find other places that, you know, will suit us. And the truth about migration is that it never really ends with looking for greener pastures.
Oh, okay.
Yes, people, I mean, if you leave your country because your country is very cold and you go to somewhere else that is warmer, that's also migration, because why? You're going to find something that suits you. So that is what migration is all about. You know, so that's greener pastures, moving to somewhere else, somewhere where you have better opportunities and life.
Yes.
I believe in it. I reside in another state which is not my state of origin.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking for greener pastures.
Exactly. And it will amaze you that some people also change location because they are looking for somewhere where they can relax properly.
Yes. Yes.
You know, they're looking for something that fits their nature, as it were. Maybe they are very vibrant people, and then they realize, oh, where I am is not very vibrant.
That's true.
I believe that even within the nation, some of us also left. Like for me, I left a particular state that was just so vibrant for me. I couldn't cope,
So
and
you
I
migrated?
came. Yes, so I migrated. You know, you could call that local migration, for want of a better word. So yeah. This is the reality, however, remains that you can't stop people from migrating. But we're here to talk about the issue of people searching for greener pastures. We just believe strongly that, just as you said, people always believe that the grass is greener on the other side. But we are also here to say, over time, you realize that you tend to your grass and it can be greener.
Yes, I believe so too. I believe so. It's just in the nature of man to
Yeah.
seek out better opportunities, to move to places that are more comfortable. There are
Yeah.
so many reasons, so many reasons.
Yeah. I believe that time and season have affected this whole migration thing, especially because there are people that have, and now we're talking about international travels. There are people that have done a good job in painting some nations really bad, some countries really bad, and it has really become, like something to stay away from. And yeah, for some nationalities it's best to stay away, and that's what we're talking about. Find out where you want to really migrate to, and find out their stance concerning your own nation. It's very, very important, because some people have made these mistakes and for no fault of theirs arrived at a particular place and it just did not work out for them, or because maybe the country have had bad experiences with the nation that you are from.
Yes.
So that's another issue when it comes to the issue of Japa.
Yeah, the truth about the thing is that usually it's not when you do a statistics of wrongs being done. When you look at the statistics, you realize that it's just a fraction of the people who migrate that are involved in one shady deal or the other that outrightly paint every other person and stain every other person's reputation.
That's right.
So what I'm saying now is, you be good despite the fact that people are looking at you the other way, looking at you wrongly. Just trust yourself, know that you're a good person, and try as much as possible to just continue towing that line, because just like you said, because of the experiences of some of these countries, they have blacklisted some countries and claiming that everybody in that country is corrupt.
Yeah, which is rather
which
unfair.
is unfair and unjust.
Yeah, what bothers me is the fact that it's so easy to blacklist a particular nationality, and all that. But when we do good, like I speak on behalf of Nigeria, like I'm a proud Nigerian.
Yeah.
When you go to the medical, system abroad, you realize that Nigerians play a big role. How come we have not been given that good name? How come bad things just have a way of just sticking to people, and then something good is really unfair?
I think it's just human tendencies. It's human tendencies. When you do good, people don't applaud you, but when you do bad, the whole world wants to come crashing on you. And so I feel it's just a human tendency. So the point here is, let's also appreciate those who are doing good. Those doctors, those Nigerian doctors, Nigerian engineers, Nigerian workers out there who are good. We give you a thumbs up and we say, well done.
Okay, so I think something came as a shock to us Nigerians. Not really as a shock anyway, but we saw it coming. Where President Trump literally told us to stay in our country, and told us that he was going to put a ban on the travels of professionals, aside the deportation issue, and that really came as a surprise to me. So I discovered that as of, was it some weeks ago? I'm not very sure, but Vanguard literally said we have shortage of doctors, whereas we have more than 8,000 doctors that have relocated to all and are doing very well in different nations of the world. So when it comes to, I'm very, very particular about the medical profession as it were, and yes, when it has to do with our health, the health systems, because many of us are falling victim to losing a loved ones to some negligence in some hospitals. So do you think that's a welcome news?
Well, the truth about the thing is, when you look at both sides, number one, I would say is a welcome development.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons, for me, I believe one of the reasons why people migrate to places like the United States is because of the exchange rate.
Oh, yes. Now you're coming to that place.
Yes,
the money.
The money. when you look at our exchange rate and you have someone who has left and the person can send you, $1,000. $1,000 is talking up close to about 2 million, which is enough to comfortably take care of your parents, take care of one or two issues back home, which doctors can't afford here. So the exchange rate. Now imagine a scenario where the exchange rate between the naira and the dollar is, let's say, $1 to 1 naira. Would there be any reason for you to travel out there? There won't be, because when you travel out there and you are being paid $5,000, which equivalent is the same thing as 5,000 naira, then you ask yourself, what am I doing here? But you see, that is also not the only issue. For medical practitioners, they are after places where they have good medical equipment, where they can research and where they will be able to do good. You go to some of our health institutions, especially the primary health care system, where you find possibly just one doctor attending to a lot of people. The facilities are not there. The doctor is virtually just handicapped. So those are also the reasons why medical practitioners have to leave, because they don't want to be redundant. What the President Donald Trump administration is doing, I believe, is a welcome development, because it's going to help us develop our nation. It's going to help us look inwards and do the right thing.
Look inwards and do the right thing. I'm going to take you up on something.
Okay.
Yeah, when you mentioned the exchange rates. Now, do you think the greener pasture is all about money? As of now, when people say, "Oh, looking for greener pasture," do you think that's part of the reason people migrate, or 80% of the reason people migrate?
It's money. It's money.
It's money. Yes, this money things.
Yes, when you talk to a couple of people, you realize that the reason why they are traveling abroad is because what they are being paid here is not commensurate to what their colleagues are being paid out there.
No challenge. That's why we're here on Let It Be. But it's also important that we look at the fact that there are other things people don't look at. When you're so carried away with exchange rate, there are things that would come as a shock to you when you finally go. One thing we need to talk about is the fact that all countries have their good sides.
Of course.
And they have their bad sides.
Very true.
Please prepare yourself. That's why we're talking about this on Let It Be. Yes, we've talked about money, but when you're carried away with just the money, you will be shocked at other things that people don't pay attention to. And one of it is that all countries have their good sides and their bad sides.
Yeah, very true.
This is the truth.
Very true. I remember when I traveled to Cote d'Ivoire. In fact, my host in Cote d'Ivoire actually admonished me and told me that if you're going out, you have to have your passport with you at all times. And I was shocked, because this is an African country we're talking about, and we have a lot of Ivorians, as it is in Nigeria, who go about without their own passport, and nobody harasses them.
You just felt that they would just love you.
Yes, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
All right.
And also there was language barriers. They are francophone. They speak French. Averagely on the street is difficult for you to find someone who will converse with you in English.
Yeah.
So there was that language barrier.
I see some people struggling to learn some languages, which is not very easy. You know how it is to learn language. Like, I've been trying to learn some languages, and I'm not there yet. Like, literally, I'm not there. But I know how difficult. So if you could struggle with a native language to you, how much more a foreign language? But well, anyway. So another thing is people don't expect is the fact that, or people don't look at, that we are enriching these nations that we are going to.
Yes, we are.
In fact, it blew my mind when I realized that from the visa to the whole process of getting across, the amount of money people get to pay. So you can see that the same thing we're complaining about, we're literally enriching these countries.
It's amazing. It's amazing, because you will find someone who claims, I'm using the word claims, to be struggling in Nigeria, but that person can cough out close to 10-15 million just to travel abroad.
Just to travel.
And for me, I feel that if you have that kind of cash, there are a lot of businesses you can start in Nigeria and thrive.
Japa is a mentality.
It's just a mentality.
It's a mentality. Another thing people don't look at is the fact that here in Nigeria, Imagine a doctor. You call a doctor to come and do any other job, even a nurse job. The doctor will correct you and say, I'm a doctor. But we are comfortable doing menial jobs in some of these nations. Now it still brings me to that place where you say it's all about the money. But these things happen.
Yeah.
You know, in some of these countries, it doesn't matter what you learned, what you know, you are made to do menial jobs despite your,
especially when you're an immigrant.
Yeah. And that brings me to another thing that you should look at, just in case you are thinking of traveling. You shall look at these things properly. We are here for you. Another thing is that racism. We've had people that are born there talk about racism, like Black Americans talk. How much more? I had a lady say the fact that you are this color is a problem. You know, it's just that's the number one issue. And I was wondering that a Black American can say how much more.
No, you that you're just coming into the country
from another country. These are things that you should look into, even because, just as I said, we can't stop people from traveling.
No,
we sure cannot stop people. So another thing is getting a job is not that easy. It's easy for some people, but I don't understand. Every nation have the way they do their things. So we have a lot of jobs that even if you're a professional, you still need to go an extra mile, as it were, or you trust the process and get something good. But my concern is the fact that since most of these jobs are you're just employed and you can just be fired, it's really something that you cannot even trust. I mean, it really takes heart to just go like that.
I read the testimony of a young man. In fact, coincidentally, his own was even Canada, and he said for 8 years he was searching for a job. He had to do trucking, so many other manual jobs to be able to sustain his family and all that. And what was the reason for him not having the job? It was that he had no Canadian job experience.
Oh,
do you understand now? So it means now he couldn't even get in to begin. So that was the criteria they had.
Can you beat that?
So for 8 years, he had to do menial jobs just to be able to survive.
And there are other people that are on the line for the menial jobs too. When I saw other countries migrating, especially with this issue of deportation now, and I saw a lot of companies, I'm like, man, sometimes when you're so Japa minded, you forget that there are also countries that people are also Japa minded even more, that are more desperate.
It's not common to us. It's not common to us.
May God help us.
So I think people
the job issue is a serious thing, because there are bills to pay, and I cannot imagine how people really survive. But these things happen.
Yeah, a lot of testimonies we heard is that the bills some are weekly, some are monthly. It's not like ours that you pay your rent for a whole year, and you can go back and sit back and try and see how you can put the money together. This one, you have to literally work yourself out to ensure that you don't get kicked out.
Exactly, that you don't get kicked out. Another issue is the issue of sending money home. Like, we cannot overflog this issue. When we're growing up, it wasn't this common to hear people wanting to Japa, because it's like the more we're getting mature, the desperation is becoming real. As it were. So, but there's always this issue of sending money, and then people are people did not treat the money. I don't even know if it's just a fever that comes with it, that people just think that because you send money you have a lot of, because people always think like that.
Of course, people always think
that out of the one you've sent, there's more.
Yes, because people always think that you are giving them just like a little portion from what you have accumulated.
Some people are not blessed with family members that want to do right at all.
All of this
so
matters.
It happens. It matters.
And do you know that in this Japa thing, there's another aspect that we fail to look at.
What's that?
The change in weather.
Oh, right.
Yes. We are in a humid environment where no matter how cold it is, it's not freezing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you've transported yourself to an ice block. Let me just use that. And for me, I believe that it takes a while for your body to acclimatize. And then even that period of time that you take for your body to acclimatize, your body doesn't really accept that extreme cold as it is. So a lot of people don't look at it. It's not about just going there. It's about, are you capable of weathering the storms and the weather out there?
Yes, the weather very important. Another thing is the sedimentary lifestyle. I've had a lot of friends say, Susan, it's just walk, and I'm like, what? Yeah, here we're not used to that. Walk. You see people calling in 18 hours, 21 hours, and it's real. That's another thing many people are not prepared for. The tax thing, people are not prepared for it. People are not prepared for the loneliness that comes with just the life of go to work, come back, work, come back.
Sorry, not to cut you short. That working 18 hours is really not a problem. The reason why I said that is I think it's more opportunities that you have. Like in our country, Nigeria now, you get to work maybe let's say 9 to 5 p.m. And then because the whole nation or maybe the state you are shuts down when it's dark. So there are no after work job there that you can do. The state really goes to sleep, so people don't have that opportunity. I am thinking that if we have an opportunity where you work, let's say you work 9 to 5 p.m. and there's another side job that you can do for maybe like 2-3 hours and you get paid some extra cash, I feel that Nigerians will be open to doing that. What do you think?
Well, I can't tell. Nigerians want to go to work and come back and rest.
But when they travel abroad, they do 18 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you've said it now. The exchange rates now, now there's something that is motivating these things to happen. So when you say 18 hours is not a problem, I don't know, but me, I don't see myself doing it like that. So it's best to just say these things as it's way. I belong to those group of people that I go to work, I come back, I rest more. Don't you understand that before you even reach that place, you've given up on the nation that you are in? Have you seen anybody at that place of Japa? I'm telling you, it's a spiritual thing.
They actually don't even think of coming back.
Very few people just take it like, okay, it's one of those things. But man, the people I have seen, they are willing to go to Ukraine. Like, man, drop me in Russia. After the war, I move to another. This is how desperate. So this is the issue, that desperation. But the desperation,
does it mean that the countries they are living is really that bad?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It starts, everybody's interpretation of what they are going through or what they hear people say is different. For some people who've had, Nigeria is not good since we were born. We are shy in Nigeria, and thank God Nigeria has been good to us. What we're trying to say is we pray that Nigeria will continue to be good, so that we don't become victims. So we'll continue to say it as it is, that at least we are still here and we're still doing what, the right thing. That's why we have a podcast like this, to lend our voice. Let it not be that we're just keeping quiet and say, we are just enjoying this thing. No, somebody must say something. We believe in a better Nigeria. All right,
we want a better society, better pay package,
and all that. So we're hoping that we'll achieve that using this, okay? But not everybody wants to, so people will be like, people have said this thing over, what have they achieved? You don't understand. It takes one person and two people to say, okay, let's stand against this, let's speak against this thing. You never can tell how far it will go. We are all a product of one person, two person, in the past that stood up and say, okay, Martin Luther King, let's stand against, let's not do this. This is wrong. And today we are breathing even as blacks and as Africans because we have fathers like this, and that's why we will not stop talking. So this is it.
I want to believe that even as we are talking right now, there may be 1, 2, 3 persons out there among our politicians, who will be selfless enough, to want to pick up 1 or 2 fights, just to see the country better, not necessarily, line their pockets with whatever it is they are lining, but to get the country better. I believe that there may be and there are people like that right now in Nigeria.
Of course.
I think we're moving forward.
It's just we're just hoping that many more people will speak, especially concerning the issue of Japa. Many people are not prepared for the culture shock, as it were, where you go and you cannot touch underage children. I see a lot of Nigerians online doing their parts, and I believe that somebody also is listening. There's also underage here. Anything goes, but somehow the good side is that when you go to some of these places, you learn that there are laws and you learn to stick to the laws, even driving laws. So yes, these are part of the advantages of even jackpying. Okay, so talking about jackpot, and since we know that we cannot stop you, let's just mention some things that you can also look at when you are preparing. So they don't just say come to sea and you just carry bag and shall be going to sea. You are not fish now. Take it easy. Know some of these things. At least it's very important. There are some of one or two things that you can look into. My Lysias just mentioned weather. Okay, there's also transportation. When you go to some research your new country, the country you want to go to, is very important. You want to go to school, you are going for education, find out if the school is accredited. It's important. Do your research, your due diligence as well. Find out their transportation system. Their buses, their train station, it may be different from your own. Find it out, the laws, just as we have said, so you don't have culture shock where you are saying, but in my country it's not like this. Many people are falling victim and they have been imprisoned. Know the history and the politics, so you may think it's not important. It's very, very important, because when you now ignore, maybe there's something they don't say, they don't look down on some things, and you go and look down on it, it becomes an issue. I don't know if there's any other thing you want them to equip themselves with.
Also, like you said, you're traveling, whether you're going for school or for work, I believe that there are visas for specific, intentions. Please do right to get the visas, no matter how long it will take you. Do the right thing, so that when you're leaving your country, you're living with the confidence that, look, on all legal grounds, you are okay. And then when you choose to want to stay and get your residency permit and all of that, do it by the books. Whatever they say is their laws, follow their laws. Just go through it.
Very, very
don't just travel there. You want to go and work, and then you are trying to sneak in with a student visa. They are not like us here, that sometimes we'll look at some certain things and overlook. They are not like us. So please walk by the books.
Yes, walk by the books. Very, very important. Don't buy tickets before you get the visa. Yes, so we have faith, but shall wait. When you get the visa, then you buy tickets. Is A before B. It's important. We are in school now. Very, very important. Another issue is find out the cost of living. The cost of living, culture and custom. You may be a tongue-speaking Christian here now. You go to somewhere, not see church. It becomes why now? What is going on? This wants to bring frustration. Find out their culture and custom.
Also, start learning their language. Start learning that you understand English is good, but when you want to travel to countries like Russia and Ukraine or Germany, where you know that the languages they speak is not native to you, or even if it is an African country, a francophone country at that, learning the language, give yourself time. At least let it be that you can understand what they are saying and you are not able to respond in their language for a period of time. So the bottom line is learn the language so that they won't sell you. Learn the language, my people. Learn it and understand it, at least even in bits.
There are apps that can help you, so you could start with that. You could look into that. Another thing is save up money for at least 6 months. At least 6 months,
if possible.
If possible. Some people should just go with their transport fare as they are just hitting the ground. No more money.
No work immediately.
And no work, so that you can take care of yourself. Love yourself. Now we love you. It's important, so that at least it will take time. Some things take time. No matter how people are telling you, don't worry. Some people disappoint. Some people were promised and the person just disappointed. Some people are just there as agent of darkness, just encouraging you to come and suffer. But it's not our portion. But please just try and save up money. Have money at least. I saw a particular video where somebody did not even have a place to stay at all. He was just thinking that he would just go to one church. It's not like that outside there, so that you are not taking unawares. It's very important.
Please don't travel on promise of a job. Be sure that you have gotten the job from your home country. and you know that when you arrive, the job is already there, interview done, maybe if they give appointment letter has been given to you. Ensure that at least your accommodation has been secured for at least 1 month, so that you won't go there and then immediately you are hitting the ground, you are stressing. Please, if we must go, please, let's take some certain things very serious.
Yes. It's important. Just as you're calculating what you spend, just calculate extra. Just in case there are things that may come up. You could also, when you want to hire apartments, it's also advisable. Don't hire because of picture. So you could just find a place to stay first and look at the apartment properly. In case you are at that level where you can hire apartment. Some people have seen something. Agents have showed that we are saying it. You think that it's only in Nigeria that we have agents issue. Even in other nations of the world, there's people that disappoint too. So make sure that you first of all find a place to stay and go and see where you want to pay for, or send somebody to see where you want to pay for. It's very, very important. But adventure, you belong to a group of people that want to transport their load. Please prepare your belongings. Prepare. It's not cheap. Prepare and find out. Do proper finding. Not that you keep it with someone and then you go and start telling your people to send and they are telling you it's money and you are thinking that they want to do you witchcraft. No. Find out some of these things is very important. It's travel agency, the way you can bring your belongings in case you want. But many people don't even do that because of the cost implication. Another thing is the healthcare.
Healthcare. You know the truth about the thing is a lot of people claim that they are leaving their country because of healthcare. Fine, but when you're leaving your country because of the standard of the healthcare in your country, as you are going, know that there are so many things you need to do. Maybe you need to get a health insurance, so many other things. Please do your research well. Don't just go there and feel that it may be like Nigeria now, where you can just enter one chemist and tell the chemist man, oh God, they feel one kind, mix me something, and then the guy will say take this, take that. Or drink agbo. You won't find agbo there. It's not the same thing. So you need to take into consideration all of these things, and please make proper findings. I just realized also phone calls are not as cheap as it is here, especially when you want to call. When you want to call back home.
Yes, we're saying this because we've had relations talk about this. So it's important that you also find out your service provider. You are going to change line. You will not go there now and say you want to just load 100 glow like this, and then you start wondering why can you not call? Most times the tariffs are still. It's important that you do that. Another area is your account. Make sure that you just feel that because I run one Zenith, I'll just go there and walk into Zenith Bank. It may not be the same. Just do your due diligence. Find out if it's the same, good for you. If not, you need to close the account. Some people leave the account and wonder why they came back and then it's dormant, and then you're wondering what about the money they sent. Don't assume. Make sure talk to your account officer. Okay, with this account be like this? These are the research that will say you should do, so that these things don't take you unawares. If you need to open another account as you're traveling, it's very important. Okay, your credit card. Don't just go and say my ATM now I'll just slot into an ATM machine, so that you don't you are not surprised.
Also, when you want to travel, make photocopies of all your documents. In fact, don't look at any document and feel this one is not important, because research has shown that it may not be easy for you to go over there and start looking for places to make photocopies. I don't know if it works, but do it where you know that it's easy for you to do it, so that your mind you are at peace.
In the process of loss of your original documents, that's evidence. At least something to show for it, because amazingly that it accepts a lot of people. Some people bags have been stolen and everything was inside. You don't want to start going through that issue in another man's land, especially it's new. What is new is new. So but we will conclude this podcast by saying, please don't do follow. Just have a more reasonable reason to leave your country. Please, a lot is going on out there. Please, aside the fact that somebody suggested, aside the fact that you're tired of the government and our leaders, aside the fact that okay, you're scared not to be victim. There are still people that are abroad that are still coming into Nigeria, wanting to even nationalize in Nigeria. It may not be that bad. So please just work on yourself. That praise, that desperation, that compulsion that comes as if you've taken something. Please be careful.
Yeah. Please. For me, I always believe that north, south, east, and west, home is the best. The freedom you enjoy in Nigeria, the freedom you enjoy back in your native home, you're not going to enjoy that freedom when you travel. You understand? And
no, it depends on how you travel. So,
I think if no matter, you remember that lady that said even as a black American racism, so you're not free.
No, but so some people have it. Some people, that was the best decision some people made.
Well, yeah, for some people, but borderline is, please, when you're traveling, do make sure that all your papers are intact and also have everything that you need, please.
Yeah, well, we're also hopeful that our nation, just with this Trump regime now and all the rules and regulations, will do their best to ensure, especially the safety and health care. Will do their best to just improve what is presently on ground, so that we can be more comfortable in our nation. And we're also positive that the naira would one day also become what it used to be. So yeah, this is all we have for you today on Let It Be podcast.
Please subscribe, share, hit that notification button if you haven't done so already, and also please give a thumbs up and also be a part of our community.
Exactly. Just in case you're just joining us now, please be sure to go to the beginning where we're talking about Japa, where it originated from. We had to talk about other issues. As much as you're thinking about money and greener pastures, other things to look at, we also gave advices on the things to do as you're prepared to migrate or prepared to travel. These were some of the rundowns of the things we discussed today and our own candid opinion on this issue of Japa. So be sure to just go through it and learn one or two things from it.
Japa should be your decision and not an impulse.
Exactly. So whisper, do you plan to Japa? Anyway, if I have the opportunity, why not? But I want to Japa the right way, and I just hope that everything works together, because I don't want to be a victim of Japa at all. I don't think that for me, I want to run away. I just want to visit. So maybe that word will not be very good. I just want to travel.
I think that's even more. That's fun.
I want to travel. All right, so do your best to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you catch up on our new videos when they drop as either hot. Well, I remain Susan Uzono. It is bye from me,
and I'm LysiasandSusan. See you some other time.
Bye.